How come did number 16 Oklahoma Winds basketball lose to number 25 Utah? It wasn't even close. 46 points. I'm not going to give them the excuse of 2 games in 2 days. Because Oklahoma played BYU the day before, first of all. And BYU pushed them. They were winless. Winless. I tell you. And they only won by 11. Sure, they woke up in the second half. And all that. I mean, that's not good for them to lose. It's one thing to lose to Utah. On the road. It's another getting dominated by 46 points. Yeah. The only reason why Oklahoma beat BYU is because, they outscored, besides getting outscoring BYU in the second half. I mean, besides that, and their defense didn't. BYU shot the ball better from the field, threes. So really, it must have been the second half was just off. And of course, they barely out rebounded BYU by 2. They had more assists by 2. They had more steals than BYU, more blocks, less turnovers, but they had more fouls though. So, okay, now for that Utah game. What in the world happened? Besides allowing above 20 points or more in each quarter, including 41 in the third. What in the world happened? Oklahoma made 26 shots out of 64, which is 40.6%. 3 for 16 on threes. When they're not making threes, they're not as dangerous. 23 for 33 on free throws. They had 31 rebounds, 16 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, 15 turnovers, 24 fouls. As for Utah, they made 45 shots out of 82, 54.9%, 13 from 40 from 3. Clearly, they made more threes, but at a lower percentage, 32.5, which is still not great. But it's a lot better than Oklahoma. 21 for 30 from the free throw line, which is 70%. 51 rebounds. They out-rebounded big time. 33 assists. 10 steals, 2 blocks. And 8 turnovers in the game. And BYU had, that's 30, 35, 45 points off the bench. While Oklahoma had, that's 23, 38, 39, 44, 46. They barely got outscored off the bench, but here's the deal. Defense let down for Oklahoma in that game. I'm just going to say it. It's that simple. Besides not making shots. From 3. Now, I would not be shocked in the slightest if Oklahoma's not ranked anymore. Because you got dominated on the road by 46 points to a top 25 team. What? Why did you lose that bad? It's one thing to get beat, but it's another to get beat by 46. Who does Oklahoma play next? UT Arlington. They're no slouch. They were an NCAA tournament team last year, and they almost defeated Iowa State in Ames in a round of 64. So, you better not sleepwalk. And that's even a neutral site game. That's a neutral site in Fort Worth, Texas. Basically, a home field advantage. Because UT Arlington is pretty close to Fort Worth. They're not, they're in that same area. So, and Oklahoma has 2 easier games after that. I would consider easier. In Arkansas State, in theory, you should win that game. In Northwestern State. Yes, I know Northwestern State is 1-1, but Oklahoma should beat them anyway. They should. I'm just being real. I mean, Northwestern State should not be able to compete with anybody. Or if you do let them win, like the men's team did over a top 20 opponent, if that is if you're ranked or not, or top 25, then you're really in a world of trouble. Now, for Utah, who do they play next? It's not an easy schedule. They have Alabama next. They went to the WNIT last year. You have Ole Miss, who is currently 4-0 themselves, and are receiving votes. That's not going to be an easy game by any means. So the next two are not going to be easy. While the third one is against Mississippi Valley State University. Okay, there's your cupcake game in there. I mean, that's even on the road. But still, you shouldn't lose that game. But the next two, you better be careful. Anyways, I just want to break that down. How come the number 16 Oklahoma women's basketball got dominated by 46 points? Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get to 400 subscribers and more by the end of this year or sometime in the future.